Welcome to the Everything Embodiment Podcast, where I will help you find peace, understanding, and love all within your human body, enhancing your mind-body connection through the exploration of vast ideas, concepts, and modalities, discussions all meant to propel you along your own unique spiritual journey. I'm your host, Amber Miller. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm your host, Amber Miller. This week, I want to open you up to the wonderful world of astrology. I can still remember my parents bringing home the newspaper and me, maybe in 4th or 5th grade, flipping straight to the horoscopes. Later, as a teen, the magazines we read always had horoscopes too. I knew I was a Cancer, and I thought that was kind of the extent of astrology for a long time. Then, as time went on, I lost touch with that part of me, the side that was excited by the mystery of horoscopes and the tiny clues they offered about who I might be or what could be headed my way. In an attempt to prove my worth, I dove headfirst into science. I thought that if I could learn complicated, hard to understand information, people would finally see me as smart, and that would make me valuable. During that phase of my life, I became totally disconnected from anything intuitive. I made logic-based decisions to stay safe, and I dismissed everything else. Eventually, I decided that astrology was beneath me. Even after my spiritual awakening, it took a while before I was open to receiving astrology's guidance again. I'd listen to astrology podcasts here and there, but only for information. I just knew it wasn't time to learn it for myself yet. Then one day, something shifted. My intuition gave me the green light. It was time to deep dive into my chart and see what the stars had to say. I already knew I was a Cancer, but then I kept hearing people mention your big three. So I looked mine up and I immediately felt seen. I needed to know more. I learned about the houses, and each one opened a new door. Then came the nodes, your soul's past and future. The midheaven, which shows your career path. Chiron, the wound you carry and are here to heal. Then the aspects and planetary patterns. Next, I got the professional astrology software and started charting everything. Astrology has become one of the most invaluable tools in my healing, my business, and my everyday life. It's so important that I include it inside my embodiment, energy, and intuition training. Every student gets to explore their big three. Then we dive into their houses, nodes, and Chiron together. And today, we're starting at the beginning. Your big three. Your sun, moon, and rising. If you're new to astrology and you want to find your own big three, your sun, moon, and rising, you can download your birth chart for free online. Just go to a site like astro.com or astro-seek.com and enter your birth date, exact birth time, and location. The time and place matter a lot, especially for your rising sign and your house placements. So the more accurate the info, the better your results will be. Once you have your chart, look for your sun, moon, and ascendant or rising placements. That's where the real self-awareness begins, and trust me, it's a powerful starting point on your embodiment journey. So let's just talk about the sun sign first, because honestly, this is the one most people already know. I'm a Leo, I'm a Pisces, I am a Cancer. That's your sun, and while it's the most widely known, I actually think it gets misunderstood the most. Your sun sign represents your core essence, your life force, your identity, your sense of self. But here's the twist. You don't always feel like your sun sign at first. It's not necessarily your comfort zone. In many ways, it's who you're here to become. It's the energy that fuels you, but also the energy you're growing into over the course of your life. Think of it like your inner fire, always burning, but not always visible on the outside. I am a Cancer sun, which means I'm here to live through the heart. Cancer energy is intuitive, nurturing, and emotional. But when I was younger, especially during my science-only, logic-first era, I didn't really embody that at all. I pushed those traits to the side to be what I thought the world wanted me to be. But the truth is, your sun is what lights you up. It's what makes you feel alive. And when you're out of alignment with it, you often feel drained, bitter, or stuck. So some examples would be an Aries sun needs boldness and challenge to feel alive. A Libra sun needs connection, beauty, and harmony. And a Virgo sun needs purpose, service, and refinement. Your sun shows up in your chart as both a sign and a house. The sign gives it the flavor, your personal style of expressing that energy. The house shows the area of life that energy plays out most strongly. We all have 12 houses in astrology, and each one represents a different theme, like relationships, career, creativity, or even transformation. Your sun's house placement can tell you so much about what fuels your vitality and sense of purpose. So, for example, me, a Cancer sun in the 11th house, that's someone who brings heart, care, and emotional connection into friendships, community spaces, and collective causes. The houses are such an amazing tool for understanding where your energy naturally wants to go, and we'll be diving deeper into them in future episodes. But for today, just remember that both the sign and the house matter. One tells you the vibe, the other tells you the. So, after you know your sun sign, just a little reflection prompt. How connected do you feel to your sun sign? Do you recognize that energy in yourself, or is it something you're still learning to embody? Moving right along to our moon sign, your inner world. So, your moon sign is the placement I think we most need to understand to truly feel safe, seen, and supported in our lives. If your sun is your identity and life force, your moon is the emotional world. It governs your instincts, reactions, inner child, and nervous system. It shows you what you need, not what the world expects of you, but what your soul actually craves to feel secure and whole. And unlike your sun, which might take time to grow into, your moon is the you that's always been there, even if it's been hidden or suppressed. It's often shaped by your early childhood and emotional conditioning. And it tells you how you need to be loved, how you soothe yourself, and what triggers you when those needs aren't met. For me, I have an Aquarius moon in the 6th house. This means that I process emotions intellectually at first. I need space, perspective, and logic to regulate my emotions, especially in chaos. And because it's in the 6th house, my emotions are deeply tied to my routines, my sense of usefulness, and my daily environment. If my day feels disorganized, if I don't feel like I've contributed something meaningful, or if my body feels off, I feel it emotionally too. So, emotional regulation for me isn't always a cry and a release. It often looks like checking in with my rituals, creating some kind of order, or reconnecting to my purpose and service. Aquarius moon can make you great at holding space for others because you really don't get swept away in emotional overwhelm, but it also means you might overthink instead of feel. That's definitely been my journey, learning how to slow down and actually let my emotions move through me, not just analyze or fix them. So here's what it might look like for others. A Taurus moon might need physical comfort and beauty to feel emotionally safe, cozy blankets, food, nature. A Sagittarius moon might feel best when they have freedom and space to explore ideas or be in motion. And a Cancer moon may need softness, safety, and deep emotional connection to feel at home within themselves. And just like with the sun, the house your moon in shows where that emotional energy plays out the most. So, taking the examples further, you have a moon in the 7th house. Your emotions revolve around relationships. You're emotionally activated or triggered through partnership. Moon in the 12th, you may feel everything deeply but keep it private or even unconscious. And a moon in the 2nd house, emotional safety comes through body connection, stability, and self worth. When we understand our moon sign, we can start meeting our needs without shame. We can stop expecting the world to guess what we need and give ourselves the kind of care we may have never received growing up. So ask yourself, do I actually know what I need emotionally or just what I've been taught to need? What kind of emotional regulation actually works for me? Where am I still overriding or outsourcing my emotional needs? Because your moon isn't just some emotional label, it's your energetic foundation. It's the way you come home to yourself. Okay, now we're moving into our rising sign. This is how the world sees you. And the rising sign is also called the ascendant. This is the final piece of your big three, and in many ways, it's the first impression you give off whether you realize it or not. Your rising sign is the energy you lead with. It's how people perceive you when they first meet you. It's your energetic aura. It's your interface with the world. And it doesn't always reflect your inner emotional world or your deeper soul identity, but it's part of the role you instinctively play when navigating life. It also sets the entire structure of your chart. Your rising sign begins in the first house. So everyone's rising sign, that is what's in their first house, which then determines how the rest of the 12 houses are arranged. So actually, it's the foundation of your chart in a lot of ways. So I am a Virgo rising. And to be honest, when I first started learning about Virgo rising, I didn't totally resonate with it. I didn't see myself as overly polished, obsessed with order, perfectionism. It felt like someone else's narrative. But the deeper I went, the more I realized I was living a disempowered version of this energy. I just didn't recognize it as that. I wasn't out here correcting people or alphabetizing my bookshelves, but I did carry this quiet internal pressure to do everything right. And I was quick to notice what wasn't working, especially in myself. I had a lot of self criticism, and that is textbook Virgo rising in shadow. So, learning this didn't shame me, it helped me give myself grace. It helped me understand why I moved through the world the way I did. And instead of trying to change it, I started integrating it. That's what made it part of my healing. And that was a shout out from Gus. My cats are playing through the door. I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm going to leave that in there. So back to Virgo rising. When empowered, it brings discernment, presence, devotion, and integrity. It wants to be of service, not to prove worth, but because it sees what can be healed. Knowing that helped me soften. It helped me cultivate self acceptance, and it helped me find balance in my pursuit of excellence with a more flexible and forgiving approach to myself. So, something to keep in mind, every rising sign has a shadow. A Scorpio rising might lead with control or protection instead of openness. A Pisces rising might seem floaty or indecisive instead of deeply attuned. And a Capricorn rising might carry the weight of being the strong one all the time. Your rising sign isn't fake or performative, it's instinctive. But if you're not conscious of it, it can become a mask. When you bring awareness to it, it becomes a sacred doorway into wholeness, not a costume you're wearing. So, again, ask yourself, what kind of energy do I instinctively lead with? Do I use that energy to connect or to protect? How would I show up if I trusted the world could meet all of me? So there you have it. That's your big three. Your sun is your essence and becoming. Your moon is the emotional blueprint. And your rising is your energetic presence. When you understand these, something powerful happens. You stop striving to become who you think you should be and start embodying who you already are with clarity, grace, and self acceptance. If you're ready to explore your chart further, head over to my Embodiment Essentials store page and check out the Astrology Reports tab. You'll find a variety of self guided tools from the Big Three and Life Path breakdown to an in depth report that walks you through all 12 houses, your nodes, and Chiron. There's even a robust auto generated birth chart report that's packed with insight. And because it's automatically created, it's available for an absolute steal at just $11. So head to Everything Embodiment. You can check out the Embodiment Essentials. Or if you're craving an extended one-on-one experience, you can book a private session with me. It's a supportive space for souls navigating awakening, alignment, or deep self-discovery. If you've been feeling like everything is shifting emotionally, spiritually, energetically, you're not alone. And this session is designed to help you make sense of what you're experiencing and reconnect to the deeper truth of who you are. We begin by exploring your astrology chart using the tropical zodiac and Placidus house system. I can do whole sign upon request. You'll receive intuitive insights into your big three, which we just talked about, the sun, moon, rising, your Chiron, which is your core wound and healing gift, and your north and south nodes, which is your soul path and past life imprints. After this reading, you'll receive a PDF summary of your chart highlights so you can revisit your insights anytime. Then we'll move to a channeled Akashic energy healing session to support your integration, clear energetic blocks, and help you anchor your awakening into the body. There's also time for reflection and questions. You'll leave feeling more grounded, affirmed, and empowered with both spiritual clarity and energetic renewal. Next week, we'll be diving into the North and South nodes, the soul compass that shows where you've been and where you're headed. It's one of the most beautiful and transformative parts of astrology, and I cannot wait to walk through it with you. If this episode resonated, give it a like, a share, leave a review. It helps the algorithm take it where it needs to go. And until next week, when we talk about the North and South nodes, I thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Keep showing up, keep listening in, and always keep embodying your energy. You are more than enough.